But particularly interesting on this time on my trip is I saw the opening of lots of different stalls. Maybe I was just more attuned to it, but seeing lots of people selling Ayurvedic medicine, this medicine to make you fair, this medicine to make you slim, this medicine to do this. Personally, I was trying to get tan, but you know, everything was, you know, make yourself fair cream. But anyway, you know, I looked at all these medicines, and I sometimes look at them slightly just not sure. You know, whenever you have a cold or a cough, my mom, the first thing she says, "Pardon ne dud pile," you know, like it's or have. But it does work. Or the most horrible one that my mummy always recommends is Rab, which is like a weird combination of something or another, but somehow or another it gets your cough away. So, you know, I'm particularly interested in all these desi medicines, and I don't take them much myself, but I'm interested, so I think it'll be interesting to hear your talk, and I'm just going to now introduce you. So, Dr. Rohan is actually a chief Ayurvedic consultant at Ayurveda UK. He actually has a PhD in astrology, and he actually has his own TV program, MATV. I don't really get the remote at home, so I haven't actually had a chance to watch you yet. But he's received 2 honours at the 9 Jewels of Indian Culture in the UK ceremony for outstanding achievement and excellence in Ayurveda, and outstanding achievement and excellence in Jyotish Shastra, which is actually Vedic astrology. He's also a visiting professor of Ayurveda in Holland, Germany and Croatia, and he has more than 10 years of experience in Ayurveda and has been working as a global Ayurveda consultant in London for over 10 years now. He's done lots of health programs on British television, and he's also connected with BBC Radio for Ayurveda programs. Many British newspapers and magazines such as Harper's Bazaar, Evening Standard and Red Magazine have published his interviews on Ayurveda. He's now going to be speaking about how to maintain a healthy Ayurvedic lifestyle whilst working in the city. Again, this is particularly interesting because he's, I know all of us are evil lawyers, but there's probably, you know, lots of other people here who are working long hours in the city, or even if not outside the city, you know, mums or in any types of roles. It's quite interesting. I'm sure some of the aspects of your talk will be applicable to people not just in the city, in corporate organisations, but governmental organisations and the like. So it'd be very interesting to hear from you, especially as you're the doctor to the CEOs of many such organisations. So welcome, Dr. Rohan.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I want to tell you that working in the city and lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, doesn't go together. So forget about that, you know, I'm going to give you some miracle today. But yes, we can do something about it. I think most of the people in London, 10 years ago, nobody heard about what is Ayurveda. So today I'm going to speak about a little bit what is Ayurveda, so that will give you a little bit of idea, and then I'm going to give you 7 magic rules how to make yourself maybe away from city or away from the lifestyle. Let's see. So the first of all, Ayurveda came from India around 5,000 years ago. The word Ayurveda itself is made from 2 words, Ayur and Veda. So Ayur means life, Veda means science. So it's a science of life. Now, when we generally talk about health, first thing we look at the quick results. If we have headaches, if we have a fever, if we have any kind of diseases, we just rush to the doctors, GPs, and then try to tell them to prescribe something to come out from the problem. But we never thought about the medicines we are taking. It has thousands of side effects. A simple example, when you're suffering from arthritis, so many old people in this country, because of the cold weather and age, they suffer from arthritis. They go to the GP, and the GP says, okay, painkillers. You take the painkillers, within 3 days you said, oh my God, a lot of acidity. You go back to the GP. GP says, okay, Gaviscon. You start drinking Gaviscon. Third day you think, constipation. What am I going to do? Back to the GP. GP says, see, this is my limitations. I can only print out from the computer. This is the medicines I have, and this is you have to take it. Or increase your painkillers, decrease your painkillers, but please don't show me your face again. So when I came in this country 10 years ago, everybody was the same problem. GP is not listening anything, GP doesn't have time, we are suffering from this, we are suffering from. That's where I trying to explain them what is Ayurveda basically. And as I told you, it's a science of life. It is, in a true meaning, it's a science of life, because it is not only looking after your physical health, it is also looking after your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. Because none of the disease in the world, any physical disease I'm talking about, I'm 100% sure that is also connected with your emotional issues or your mental issues, stress basically I'm talking about. So what Ayurveda can do, what can be done in the life to change it? The first of all, I can say everybody in this room or maybe outside in the world, we all are dominated by the pharmaceutical giants. When you wake up in the morning, first thing we use, I want Colgate. I want to brush my teeth. The best paste in the world. That's what we think, because that's advertised, and that's a hammering on human brain. We thought the pharmaceutical giants has produced a Colgate which can make our teeth better. We never thought about just applying the salt, which can do the better job than the Colgate maybe. So pharmaceutical giants are dominating on the minds of the people, and then that's why we are able to not understanding the right values of the health. And that's where Ayurveda comes in the picture. Ayurveda tells you, or that use a very, very simple rules of your life to make it better. And the 7 rules which I'm going to say, I'm going to tell you today, is a very simple rules. Maybe you know that already, but so many patients comes to me and they say, oh, we know this already, but they need somebody to push towards that. To do a certain things regularly will change the whole kind of lifestyle. So how you can make yourself healthy while working in the city? The first Ayurveda rule, what we are talking about here, is apply the brakes. First of all, you have to understand where to say no and where to say yes, which we completely forgot. That's what Ayurveda says, that when you start your day, then you have to understand certain things has to be done, rather than rushing towards the office, half an hour before or 45 minutes before you wake up and ready to go to your work, and maybe did not shower properly, did not pray properly, didn't do anything, the regular activities, just rush to the office, because that stress is building up, the targets building up in your mind. So you have to understand how to apply the brakes in your life, where to say no and where to say yes. And that's where Ayurveda comes in the picture. Ayurveda tells you that every morning, the Brahma Muhurat, it means between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock, or maybe little bit later in this country, 7 o'clock maximum, you should wake up. Why to wake up? I have so many patients. I ask them when I do consultations, what time you wake up? Maybe 11. And if it's weekend, we just put the sign outside, don't disturb. So first of all, you need to understand that thing, the body clock, which completely gives you so many diseases if you don't understand the body clock. Ayurveda has a 2 main kind of rule. If you already diseased, Ayurveda will help you to take out from that condition. But the first rule Ayurveda has is precaution is better than cure. Why you want to have disease? So first rule is apply the brakes, and that's why you should give a plenty of time in the morning to yourself to do your regular activities. And in that regular activities, I must say, if you're really working in a hectic lifestyle, a hyperactive mind, a lot of thoughts process going in your mind, then first thing you should do every morning is a 20 minutes of pranayama, which is the alternative nostril breathing, anulom vilom. Once you do that, it will calm down your heart, palpitations, thought process, and it gives you a kind of open mind when you go towards the work. Your creativity will improve. Because if you leave the work in the morning and hustle and bustle, when you reach, you don't know what to produce. And might be the work which has to be, maybe you can finish in half an hour, you're taking maybe 3 or 4 hours to finish. So at the end of the day, you are blocking your own thought process. And that's why first thing is very important is give a little bit of break for yourself. Wake up a little bit early in the morning, give a 20 minutes of pranayama, or if you have a beautiful backyard, just walk for 15 minutes, brisk walk in 15 minutes, not in this cold, not in this winter. Yes, you can definitely do the pranayama in the morning. So the first rule is apply the brakes. Then second rule, which is very important, is understanding your mental and your physical aspect of the body. 90% of the people in the world, when they suffer from disease, they suffer from a miscommunication between mind and body. The mind is super active, the body is super sluggish. Nobody wants to do any exercise, nobody wants to go for a walk, nobody wants to do any specific thing for the physical body. But yes, for the mind, there are three big things are ready: computer, television, and mobile. Right? So you have these three things ready for your mind to make it more active, hyperactive, then work, then other people, meeting friends and family, and then come home, and then complaints from wife. So there are so many things accumulating for the mind, but nothing for the body. So why not? So second rule is try to balance your mind and body functions. You should understand, I tell so many times my patients, when they are into the very hectic lifestyle or work style, they should not keep so many thoughts in the mind. They should write down in a diary. Take it out. Don't keep inside. Why you want to keep so many things in the mind when mind is not ready to give you the presentation or the productivity of it, and then it converts into the high stress, high anxiety, pituitary irritation. Pituitary irritation, it's I can say 70% of the people suffer from that. It's a small gland, bottom of the skull, which controls the hormones and emotions in the body. So when you are going through this very hectic lifestyle, the pituitary irritation happens, and then people, they can't switch off when they go to sleep in the night. They just wait and they wait and wait. They can't switch off. Might be 4, 5, 6 hours after they get asleep, and then maybe after 2, 3 hours they wake up again. Interrupted sleep patterns. Why? Because your mind is very active. And that's why you have to understand as well, to keep the balance between mind and body, make your body more active. And for the mind, when you go to the sleep, make sure no mobile phones, no laptops, no electronic, no things in your room, because the vibrations of that electronic gadgets can affect the mind productivity as well, the thought process as well. And you might see yourself after 10 years, not now, maybe you are a very enthusiastic solicitors like this people sitting here. They might be thinking they are the best in the world. But after 10 years, not following and not listening to your body, you will feel you are not the right person. You look at the mirror and you say, oh my God, I'm not the same Dhruv and I'm not the same Mira. So giving a lot of time to your mind, but not giving any time to your physical body, that is not right as well. So the second rule, first rule I told you, apply the break. Second rule, how to balance mind and body functions. Also in this thing I would like to say, emotions. Emotions are very important. It's in Ayurveda we always say, try to produce the emotions in balance. It means wherever you go, you have to make sure whatever the emotions you are showing towards the situation, it has to be balanced as well. It means when you go for any birthday functions, weddings, marriages, or if you go to any kind of death or something, how you can show your emotions to the situation, that also matters a lot. That shows how your mind is in balance. Sometimes I've seen, it's a world of glamour, right? So people follow each other and they go to somebody's death and they cry a lot. And they ask, do you know him? No. Why are you crying? Because she's crying. No. You have to understand the emotional values of your body, your mind. Your mind is also set up in a certain way to present yourself towards a situation. The third rule, which Ayurveda says always, that take it easy. Everything. Why you all the time, 90% of the people all the time, they are following the clock, impatiently looking at the clock. Oh my God, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, my time's gone, now your turn, come on, you come. What is this? Take it easy. Why you want to worry about it? If you really want to think about the clock, then you completely forget about your body, because as I told you, impatiently looking at the clock will not help you to improve yourself. Giving a lot of time to yourself, that is the key of the health. And specifically in this country, Monday to Friday, if you're working like a, I don't want to use this word, but donkey, if you want to working like a donkey, then Saturday and Sunday, 2 days when you are off, please give plenty of time to your system. It's very important, because the 5 days of stress which you're accumulating in your body, maybe if you're not doing the same thing, if you're not giving any time on Saturday and Sunday to your system, then definitely that accumulates gradually. And in the young age, I'm telling you, I have thousands of patients in the young age, they're having a high cholesterol, hypertension, heart conditions. Even I have patients with the brain tumors. So you can understand how much they are accumulating in the body. Now, the fourth rule, which is eat well. It's very important. Eating well is very important. The cupboards of the family in the kitchen is full of processed and tinned food. And every day, when you are looking at the television, they are having the nice advertisements of ready-to-eat food. This paratha, shana paratha, samosas. So women think, why should I cook? You know, I'm also working. Why should I cook? And then husband thinks, okay, I have to eat out. This is the thing which is very important. When you, I don't know, maybe most of you traveling in the train in the morning, right? in the tubes in the morning, right, to go to the work. I found when you travel in the morning in the tube, you can see 90% zombies having the coffee mug in one hand and maybe newspaper or magazine. When you look at them, you think like, oh my God, what's happening with them? Did I do something wrong today? So why you behaving like the coffee? This is the caffeine. It's very important. Empty stomach. When you wake up in the morning, you should drink something calming, not something making your mind hyper. You think, I did not have a proper sleep, I have to rush to the work. Coffee will make me wake. And drinking coffee will make me wake. And when I reach to the office, then nobody can say that I didn't sleep last night properly because I had 2 cups of caffeine. That is wrong. Please understand this. Eat well. The first thing we always talk about is no caffeine. If you really are fond of caffeine, then have some nice Indian masala tea with lots of milk in there. So the caffeine value of the value of the caffeine in the tea has been reduced, which is not affecting your subconscious and conscious mind. And caffeine, smoking, these 2 things are taking your nervous system on a hyper stage. When the effect of that caffeine reduces, then your body starts behaving very, very sluggish. So caffeine is not helping anyways. Then eat well. As I told you, no tin and processed food. I always believe that if you eat right in the evening, next day morning you feel right. Sometimes you don't eat right in the evening. Sometimes I say to the people, why don't you have early dinners around 6 or 7 o'clock? Don't eat too late. But as we know, a city life, you finish around 8, go home 9 o'clock, and then have maybe a little bit of alcohol, and then you eat 10 o'clock. So I don't know how does it work, but that definitely gives you a chance that you will reduce the 10 years of your life easily by doing this, accumulating a lot of cholesterol in your arteries, accumulating a lot of stress in your subconscious mind, and accumulating a lot of negativity in your system. So try to maintain a kind of I always say there is a nice rule in Ayurveda. We call it 7-1-7. 7 o'clock breakfast, 1 o'clock lunch, and 7 o'clock dinner. 7-1-7 rule, which is also a part of eat well. If you really follow that, the body is giving you the right kind of vibes, and it also gives a chance to digest the food properly as well. There are thousands of things of which I can say on and on about food, what we are eating wrong in this country, especially being a cold country. Lots of people eating salads because it's easily available, cold food, raw food, and then where the problem starts, when you're eating too much of cold and raw food in this country, where you're not having any kind of sweats, and then that food causing a lot of bloating, belching, burping, and gas. So why not to have cooked food, steamed food? Ayurveda values the food, says all the time, whenever you eat 3 times in a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you should eat something warm and liquid to give a chance to push the food outside your intestine properly. The good food is which goes in the system easily, digests easily, and comes out easily. Not the food which goes in the system and stays for hours and hours. And that's why the biggest problem what we suffering nowadays is the food which contains high sugar and high yeast. Breads. A lot of breads. Easily available, right? Different shapes. Very nice. Grains, this, that. And people eating that, and after certain hours they feel really bloated. And they blame not the bread, they blame the boss. Because he's giving me the stress, I have bloating. But you also look at your food style. You're eating the wrong stuff, and that's why you are having this kind of conditions. So eating well is very important. 7-1-7 rule is very important. Please try not to eat raw food. I'm not specifically talking about winter, because we are in winter now. Summer, yes, you can try some raw food. Summer you're sweating, summer you're going out, you're walking, you're sweating. So yes, raw food in summer is fine. But eating a lot of yeast, eating a lot of sugar, 2 white poisons, salt and sugar, extra can cause a lot of damage to the system, kidneys, hypertension. You're also going through a lot of kind of aggravating and very fast time as well. The human mind is designed basically to grab the wrong things. Nobody goes into the pub and asks for the water. So this is what the human mind is. Human mind is designed to grab the wrong things. Then try to hypnotize yourself towards the positivity. Why the hypnotherapists in the world, they are making millions of pounds? Because they are doing the right thing. They are trying to get you back on the track, which is right and wrong. I also suggest so many of my people suffering from severe brain conditions because of the psychosis and having a lot of stress at the work, family lives, a lot of things happening around everybody's life. They're having so many of physical disease, and they ask me what to do. And I say, with Ayurvedic medicines or Ayurvedic herbs, the lifestyle changes, the diet changes, and if you really don't feel right in your mind, then go and have a kind of a hypnotherapy to give you a right kind of advice. The 4th rule is be positive about whatever you do. It's a 5th, okay. So it's a 5th rule. Be positive. It means whatever you do, believe in it. Sometimes what happens, people are not into one mind. This is what Ayurveda always says. We talk about buddhi, we talk about intellectuality. That only grows in one system if you understand your strength. If you don't understand your strength and keep changing the professions, this is so many people having the same problem. They study something different, they work something different, and after working in that, they fed up, they go and change into another profession, then again change to another profession. Try to believe in yourself and try to be positive. That is the right kind of idea you are giving to your brain. By making yourself more confusing, you are not getting any kind of productivity from yourself. And that's why you have to choose the right thing in a right time. You can go to a good Ayurvedic doctor like me, and I can definitely guide you what is right and wrong for you. But yes, no, it's not joking, but it's very important to understand yourself what is right and wrong. Sometimes people don't understand, jumping into the wrong decisions and then going down, and then there's no way to come out from it. So this is connected with the emotional and mental health, we are talking about through Ayurveda. Then rule 6 is love yourself. Nobody has a time for themselves. Very important. Just think about yourself 15 years ago, spending a lot of time with your father, mother, maybe your wife. You getting more bigger and bigger, very aggressively positive everywhere. You're getting so many of kind of busy work schedules, meetings, parties. But in that all kind of schedule, do you have a single minute for yourself? And that's why it's very important to love yourself. What can be done to love yourself? You can go and treat yourself having massages for yourself, full body massages to lubricate your body. Treat yourself in this hustle and bustle when you are so stressed, when you are not thinking right, when you feel really exhausted and tired, when your muscles are aching, when your body is paining. What you need to have a relaxation. You can go for a relaxation retreat, go for a meditation retreat, go for massage retreat. To love yourself, you can do certain kind of things. You can go for Shirodhara. This is an amazing treatment in Ayurveda we do, where we pour the oil on the forehead. And we believe this treatment works on the science. When you throw the stone in the water, it creates ripples. So when we do the oil on the head, it creates the positive vibes which calm down your subconscious mind. And people are suffering mainly because their subconscious mind is not right. Conscious mind, they don't think about it, but subconscious mind is not right. It means even though you are sleeping, you still have a lot of thought process going on. So loving yourself, understanding your senses, it is all the part of your life to making it better. Give a time to yourself. Think about what you like. Maybe you like playing guitar, reading books, walking on a grass, sitting next to the river, doing meditation. Make a list what you like. That's what you need to do. Not doing something which is trying to entertain somebody else. We are talking about ourselves, and that is very, very important. The last rule in Ayurveda, we always says that never ever take the things lightly about the health concerns. If you have a little bit of headache, you take Nurofen. Then again you have a headache. Then again you take a Nurofen. Then you have a regular headache. Then you start taking more painkillers. The medical science and Ayurveda is so different. Medical science treat the symptoms. When you go to the doctor, if you have a headache, he gives you painkillers. When you go to Ayurveda doctor, he will ask you why you are having the headaches. Since how many years, how many days, how many months, what is the reason? There are so many reasons of headache, not only just the headache because of the stress related. It can be a constipation, it can be a lot of heat in the body. So don't take lightly any health concerns, don't take it lightly. Try to go to if you believe in your doctor, try to talk about it and try not to hide the things, because the small accumulation can convert into the big disease. And that's why Ayurveda says there are mainly 3 stages of anybody's health. The first stage is accumulation, second stage is appearing as a disease, and the third stage is irreparable disease. So we don't want to go to that stage where you can't repair yourself. Blood pressure, diabetes, kidney function failures. You go to the doctor gives you a set of medicines, and you ask for how many days? He said, until you die, you have to take these medicines. It means if you don't take these medicines, maybe you die, or maybe you have to take these medicines for many, many years until you die, which gives you thousands of side effects. So never take any kind of small things lightly. If you have any health concerns, physical, mental, emotional, you should talk to somebody, a person who can understand and give you the right advice about it. The last thing before I conclude my talk is read about Ayurveda. Ayurveda is a complete science. As I told you, that it spells Ayurveda. It gives you a lot of idea how you can manage your lifestyle, about drinking warm water, about walking, about avoiding certain foods, as I told you, processed, stale, cold, raw, red meats, yeast, sugar, salt, too much salt basically. So it gives you a lot of idea, and the whole science is designed on the dosha system, which I can't talk today, but maybe we can have another talk about it. This Vata, Pitta and Kapha, these three doshas which controls the human body, and these are the combinations of air, fire and water, and how these three doshas is controlling the human body, and how can you can balance through the food, through the lifestyle changes. This is all Ayurveda is all about. So please read about it, and that will give you a lot of positive things in your life. Before I conclude the talk, I just want to say, if you really want to be healthy, avoid these three things: no hurry, no worry, and no Indian curry. Thank you.